done it. I pressed it. Hello and
Okay.
welcome back to Crypto Saving Expert, where we keep you up to date with the latest cryptocurrency news and we take a look at the charts so that you know exactly what is going on within the markets. And today, again, we have that martini guy.
Hello.
And today, Jordan is going to quickly show us a little bit what is of analysis for Bitcoin and Ethereum. Before we do that, let's take a look at CoinMarketCap and see what the prices are right now. Let me find the right tab. I've lost it. Here we go. Bitcoin is at $16,730 and Ethereum is at $1,215. So let's hear a little bit of Jordan's analysis and see what he's predicting for the charts.
So this is what we're looking at right now. We've got the volume profile up today, which is very, very exciting. I'm currently just making a tweet at the same time as doing this. Because there we go. Bish bash bosh, Bob's your uncle. Post that in the Telegram groups, and then we'll be off to a very nice flying start. I'm also going to tweet it out to Twitter. Let's put it on this thing. You've really thrown me in the.
Sorry,
the
I did know you were going to be busy for 2 minutes, and I just threw it at you anyway.
Yeah.
Today's news, we'll just have a quick recap of what we're expecting. We're going to talk about the Pi Network, because that's had a loads of coverage on crypto Twitter in the last couple of days. And we're going to take a look at Alameda Research, because they were in financial trouble long before the collapse of FTX. So we'll take a look at that as well. It's quite interesting news today.
It's interesting news every day in this wonderful space whereby we get forced to participate with all of these scammers. So it's always interesting news. Then never a day goes by whereby I think, oh, that was a boring news day. No, it's every day is an interesting news day. Right, one more thing to do. Bish bash bosh, and done. Posted. Right, now we can get down to it. Apologies for that, everybody, especially if you were waiting. Now, first thing that we need to discuss right here is, of course, we're looking at the price of Ethereum right now. There we go. All right. I was interrupting myself because it just loaded up on my own screen. I just wanted to load up the chat as well to take any questions at the same time. But essentially, looking at Bitcoin's price right now, 15-minute chart, we can see the volume profile here. We've got a lot of stacked volume within these bits. Basically, what the volume profile represents is the current value of the order book. And the current value of the order book, well, we have a lot of depth here, which is good, and then not so much depth above the level of about 1,221. When looking at the current price of Bitcoin, and again checking the volume profile on Bitcoin, you can see that Bitcoin has got a little bit more. It's just in this kind of really frustrating range, is how I describe Bitcoin and Ethereum's price right now, because anything can really happen amongst all of this volume that you see. All of this volume that you see at the side of the screen right here, anything can happen with it. There's no. We need to basically wait for support and resistance levels to be broken. The levels of which I'm watching right now is $16,800. A break of $16,800 would be fantastic, because a break of $16,800 would mean we break this purple line. And this is a purple line now that we've been holding us down ever since the start of November when FTX collapsed. I don't know if anybody remembers this day. This day was a terrible day, to minus 27% down. What a terrible period of time that was for Bitcoin.
That's blocked out of my memory.
Yeah, it's no good, is it, Jess? No good. Now you can see down here, we've got some volume down here, and then the next key level of resistance for Bitcoin will be slightly higher. So I expect kind of to break this $16,800 level at the bottom of this purple line. And then if we do, you'll be expecting a pump all the way back up, and it'll be a fairly quick pump back up to around $18,400, because you can see here on the volume profile at the side, there is very little volume stopping that from happening right now. That could change. Volume profile, again, is something that changes with time, but essentially, if there is a gap in the volume, then it's inevitable that Bitcoin goes and trades and fills that gap, which is typically how I've done my trading over the past few years. And it's typically worked out very well to just trade these gaps. So you trade breakouts and you trade gaps. I know somebody that's made their entire career out of trading breakouts and gaps, and they're doing very, very well for themselves. So yeah, overall, what we're looking at right now on a smaller time frame is a hell of a lot of volume within this period, like you can see right here, all the way up to about $17,300 down to about $16,400 within this kind of adventure place. You have a slightly less volume on the upside than you do on the downside, but these are basically showing you the stacking of the order book and how much buying there is. So if it's below the current price of Bitcoin, that's buying versus selling above the price of Bitcoin, essentially, if that makes sense. So yeah, in terms of what I'm expecting for Bitcoin, I'm expecting some volatility, and I'm expecting it to kick in soon. And they could even kick in today. What day is it? It's Tuesday, the 3rd of January. We could actually see the volume in about 1.5 hours' time when the US market's open. So yeah, just keep an eye out today on the big price of Bitcoin. It's going to be a very, very interesting one. Anyway, but Jess, back to the news.
Yeah, let's take a look at the news. Some Is has just put in the chat as well. Today's Bitcoin's birthday. The first Bitcoin was mined in January the 3rd, 2009. So it's now 13 years old. But on to the next piece of news. We have Gemini exec calls out DCG's Silbert for delay in solving liquidity issues at Genesis. So
Yes.
the Winklevoss.
I want to interrupt this right at the very start and basically, first of all, say thank you all very much for watching today's live stream. If you are new here, please do slap a like on the video and subscribe. If you're not new and you're not subscribed, please subscribe. We're trying to hit 100,000 subscribers here on the channel this year. And so as soon as we hit that, the less I have to ask, which is fantastic. So drop a like on it. Anyway, this is a really, really, really interesting story because this is beef that's unfolding on Twitter. Like, why are all these billionaires using Twitter as a public forum to argue with each other?
It's great.
It's amazing for us to watch, but at the same time, there are better mediums of discourse, guys. But I suppose if you want to really show somebody up, like Barry Silbert is not really known for being an honest character. Barry Silbert for years has been kind of like the unofficial king of crypto because of the amount of pies his fingers are in. This man has got very sticky fingers when it comes to the amount of pies that he's been putting his fingers in over the years. He's been in crypto since like 2012 or something. He's an incredibly, incredibly rich entrepreneur, mainly from cryptocurrency, and he runs DCG, which is a digital currency research group, and he also runs Genesis. Genesis is run by the Winklevoss twins, and Genesis is owned by Gemini, and Gemini is the largest exchange in the US now that FTX has gone. If I'm correct on that, I think it's the largest spot exchange. They're certainly not the largest derivative exchange. But I don't think they offer derivatives. So, anyway, Jess, continue.
So the Winklevoss twins have penned an open letter to DCG's Barry Silbert requesting a commitment towards finding a solution to Genesis's liquidity issues by January the 8th. So they've got 5 days to work this out. Earlier today, Gemini Crypto Exchange co-founder Cameron Winklevoss shared an open letter to DCG's founder and CEO Barry Silbert, accusing him of engaging in bad faith stall tactics with respect to finding a solution in the liquidity issues facing Genesis. DCG is the parent company to Genesis, which halted withdrawals in mid-November, resulting in Gemini halting customer redemptions on its Earn program. Genesis Global Capital is a Gemini Earn program lending partner, and the Winklevoss-led crypto exchange has an estimated $900 million in customer funds tied to Genesis.
Right, so let me correct myself here and say that Genesis, because they're all basically named the same thing. They all sound the same. So Genesis is owned by Barry Silbert, and Gemini has an Earn program within it that is owed $900 million by Genesis, and Genesis, as you're going to get onto in just a second, are essentially just ignoring them. Not really the best tactic when it comes to owing $900 million. I can't imagine the taxman would allow you to get away with it. I mean, saying that, they probably would do these days. But anyway, continue.
So it's been 47 days since Genesis halted withdrawals, and the prolonged period within proper communication or a solution has affected more than 340,000 Earn users looking for answers. I actually was using the Gemini Earn feature. They had a really good Earn on Polkadot. You could earn like 9%. Anyway,
that's decent if you can withdraw.
Yeah, I did withdraw before this happened, so we're all good. For the past 6 weeks, we have done everything we can to engage with you in a good faith and collaborate manner in order to reach a consensual resolution for you to pay the $900 million that you owe while helping you preserve your business, the letter said. And the Winklevoss added that the problems facing DCG and Genesis were entirely Mr. Silbert's own making. And the letter said, the idea in your head that you can quietly hide in your ivory tower and that this will just magically go away, or that this is someone else's problem, is pure fantasy. To be clear, this mess is entirely your own making. This is money that Genesis owes Earn users and their creditors. You took this money to fuel greedy share buybacks, illiquid venture investments, and kamikaze grayscale NAV trades that ballooned the fee-generating AUM of your trust, all at the expense of creditors and all for your own personal gain. So now they're they're asking for a commitment by January the 8th. When did this Twitter feud actually take place? Is this it's today or yesterday this article came out?
This came out literally at about maybe 1 a.m. Did this news come out? Because the Twitter arguments basically took place yesterday, at like late night UK time.
Right. So that's a pretty short deadline to give them, is it not? January the 8th.
January the 8th. I mean, no, because there's still 5 days, so 6 days left. You got to bear in mind these people have been waiting for their money now for a long time. Ultimately, the thing is, Genesis is bankrupt. That's why. Otherwise, they would have just paid the bill. They've obviously lost a very large amount of money. Now, if you're not familiar with Barry Silbert and his history and where he initially made money before crypto, he was actually in bankruptcy and kind of restructuring. That's what he specialized in. He was a lawyer, or I don't know whether the lawyer is a specific role to describe it as, but he was a restructuring man. And he helped restructure businesses once they went bankrupt to stop them from going bankrupt and everybody losing all of their money. He's an expert at this. So when you have crisis management, that's what Barry used to do professionally for a living. What Barry is doing right now is exactly what he used to do for a living. Obviously, Genesis is bankrupt and DCG is bankrupt. But that doesn't necessarily mean this is a bad thing. Like, you can actually come out of a bankruptcy and be absolutely fine as long as you make the correct decisions within that bankruptcy. So what Barry is basically doing is probably just stalling for time. What he'd be better off doing is offering so this is what he's done in the past. He offers, actually, it's so similar to what Sam Bankman-Fried did looking back. We've not gone on to the Sam Bankman-Fried stuff, but I won't spoil. Do we discuss the Sam Bankman-Fried stuff
we
later
talk
on?
about Alameda Research.
You're right. So I assume we talk about the fact that he at one stage, don't go on to it, it's fine. At one stage, basically, Sam, he offered like a 20% interest rate on all the debts that he owed. And that's how he got to keep FTX going right at the very start.
That's in this article.
This is literally what Barry should do. Barry should go and he said, look, I'm going to offer you 20% interest on a debt that I owe you if you give me 1 year. And he'd be much better off doing that, because the longer you give people in these bankruptcy proceedings, the likely they are to go more successfully. So this is essentially Barry Silbert is 2018 SBF, but Barry Silbert has always been more wealthy than SBF. And the interesting thing about this is Barry himself is probably worth, I don't know, probably 10, 15, 20 billion in cash. Like, the guy's been around a long time, and he'd be really stupid if he wasn't worth at least that much money. Now, it's probably all in offshore things, but what I don't understand is why destroy your reputation over 900 mil when you've got so much money? It just doesn't ring true. There's something that we're not seeing necessarily. So I'd be very
your advice would be dig the hole deeper and offer people 20% or just go back now.
No, because this is what bankruptcy restructuring is. So you have to find a way to basically turn the debt into a loan and turn that loan into something that is manageable and payable off. So if Genesis as a company, when Bitcoin was successful, was making, say, 250 million every month, then that means that if they wait long enough for a period of time like that to come back, they will make enough money during that period of time to pay off an exorbitant amount of interest. This is all on a hypothetical scenario that the market does return, but we know for a fact that Bitcoin's going to go back up at some point. So this is out of the question. We're all very bullish on Bitcoin, especially here at Crypto Saving Expert, whereby we think that the bottom is not necessarily in, but we're certainly very close to it. It's like our neighbor, a very good, friendly neighbor that we've been getting used to over these past few months while we've just sat right next to it, but not touched it necessarily. But maybe we have touched it. Saying that, should you touch your neighbor? I don't know. It depends how old they are, and also if they've given consent. Anyway, yeah, it's essentially
you have the worst analogies I've ever heard.
It is what it is. Anyway, Barry's a rich bloke. He should pay this one off, but I think that he's going to restructure it into probably a 1.1 $1 billion loan is what I would expect to be the outcome of this. And then people that are owed money by, because all people want in this scenario is answers. They don't necessarily want their money back, although that would be ideal situation. They understand that that's probably not a reality. But what they could receive is a monthly payment instead. And for people, they would happily accept that. Like, say you go to a bookies and you put all of your money on a horse and you lose it. But then the bookie goes, okay, well, I'll just give you all of your money back in little increments. You're going to go, yes, sure, instead of just admitting the loss. Of course, you're going to take some of the money back. So, yeah, that's what I expect will be the case because it's the best case for all parties. And you've got to, it always is the best case for all parties. This stuff is not generally handled by people as well, which is why it's weird that it's on Twitter. Why have it on Twitter when you're going to have lawyers argue in a back room? Like, that's the job of the lawyers, not the job of the founders. Anyway, very interesting stuff. Continue, Jess.
Well, we'll go on to the Sam Bankman-Fried report now that we've seen. So Sam Bankman-Fried has I didn't even read that then. I just started saying words. The disgraced founder and CEO of the embattled crypto exchange FTX has been making several moves to rescue his now bankrupt trading house Alameda Research from nearly collapsing since 2018. And this is according to a recent investigative report by the Wall Street Journal. So the report, which cited statements from former employees at Alameda, company documents, investors, and federal regulators, noted that the firm used a trading algorithm to make a large number of automated rapid-fire trades and lost more than 2/3 of its assets worth approximately $30 million by guessing the wrong way on price moves in early 2018. The Wall Street Journal also mentioned that the loss was partly due to a significant decline in the price of XRP. SBF then managed to save Alameda from its collapse by raising funds from lenders and investors while promising them 20% annual investment returns. This is what Jordan was just talking about. According to the report, Alameda paid $150,000 to sponsor the inaugural Binance Blockchain Week in January 2019, which SBF used to seek new lenders for his falling trading house. And the report said prospective lenders got a pamphlet that said the company had $55 million in assets under management. Most of it was money it had borrowed to fund its trades, the report said. A few months later, FTX was launched and SBF used Alameda to fuel the exchange's growth as the trading firm served as FTX's primary market maker. And according to Wall Street Journal, Alameda sometimes took the losing side of the trade to attract clients to the exchange. This is all bizarre. Well, SBF...
Before you continue, Jess, I want to basically ask people, please do like and subscribe, especially if you are new to the channel. It's very important that you do that. We're trying to hit 100,000 subscribers this year. And for everybody that is already liked and subscribed, thank you very much. I do appreciate it. How many likes have we got on this live stream right now, by the way? We've got like 48 likes. So we've hit that way faster than what we did yesterday. That's fantastic. So yeah, please do slap a like on it. Let's try and hit 100 likes on today's live stream. We've currently got 1,720 subscribers. So if we could get that to like 1,750 by the end of the live stream, like 30 new people, that would be fantastic, guys. So if you are new, please do subscribe. Jess, continue to explain about these wonderful financial decisions by Sam Bankman-Fried.
A few months later, FTX was launched, and we've done that bit. While SBF claimed publicly that FTX and Alameda are distinct entities, a recent lawsuit filed by the United States SEC and the Commodity Future Trading Commission disagreed. According to the SEC, SBF directed Gary Wang, a co-founder, to write codes that will give Alameda special privileges on the crypto exchange. These privileges allowed Alameda to carry a negative balance on FTX, regardless of how much collateral it posted with the exchange. The regulator stated that SBF also ensured that Alameda's collateral on FTX would not be sold if its value dropped below a certain level. So it's all just one bad financial decision after another. It's just a huge, huge failure that's just managed to go on for too long.
It's really quite crazy. Scroll up a little bit on the article because there was a little bit that I wanted to go through. Just scroll through it slowly so I can see. Yeah, like here, what happened. So where the Wall Street Journal report also mentioned that the loss was partly due to a significant decline in the price of XRP, SBF then managed to save Alameda from its collapse by raising funds from lenders and investors while promising them 20% investment returns, annual investment returns. This is not an uncommon practice. Like, this is a perfectly normal thing. Don't understand this as like SBF doing something dodgy. This is normal. This is what normal businesses do. The interesting thing here is, according to the report, Alameda paid $150,000 to sponsor the inaugural Binance Blockchain Week in January 2019, which SBF used to seek new lenders for failing trading house, this is where it gets wrong, whereby you're raising money on the premise of building one thing, and actually you're using that money to direct new investment into a different thing. It would be like if I came to you and said, "Would you like to invest in Crypto Saving Expert?" And then I used all of that money to buy myself a Ferrari. It's essentially the same thing. It's just quite a disingenuous thing to do, and it shows character very well. Prospective lenders got a pamphlet that said that the company had $55 million in assets under management. Most of it was money it had borrowed funds to borrowed. Most of it was money it had borrowed to fund its trades, which is hilarious. Also, $55 million in assets under management is really not a lot of money. But I mean, congratulations. I remember back in the day, I actually got. Why does Sam follow me on Twitter? That is an interesting story. We can go really deep into this, or we can do the surface level, which is what I'm going to do, which is basically I was invited during this round of investing back in kind of 2018, 2019. They're just starting out. I was invited to invest in FTX. And I didn't have any money at the time, so I couldn't. Good thing I didn't. But the thing is, I, I think that everybody that invested in FTX, like your Kevin O'Leary's and such, they will have made such humongous profits during the bull run. It doesn't matter how much money they lost in their accounts. It's like saying to you, "Oh, okay, I'm in a loss from my investing in crypto because last year I made a loss." No, I'm not in a loss. I started out with zero. Like I couldn't possibly be in a loss unless I was in debt. It's not possible for me to be in a loss. Even then, like, what would I have to lose in order to be in a loss? It'd be insane. I just think what FTX have managed to achieve, um, considering where it started in such a short period of time, was impressive. But now it's very clear that all they were doing was actually just abusing this system of loans and such that we have in crypto that allows you to basically collateralize loans. It wouldn't actually surprise me if a lot of the hacks that took place as well, that were all sponsored by FTX. That would be because I mean we've seen a crypto saving expert, we've seen such a huge increase in the amount of hacks that have happened over the past year, like a massive increase, not like a small increase. You're talking like, especially during summer. And if you think about it, who is struggling during summer? FTX is struggling during summer. That's when they're really needing money. You look at June, July, August last year. Look at the sheer amount of hacks they were compared to June, July, August the previous year. And you tell me that Sam did not have anything to do with those hacks. There is absolutely no way he did not have anything to do with those hacks. He absolutely did have something to do with those hacks. Anyway, Jess, continue.
Speaking of hacks, I read an article yesterday that said the amount of money hacked in December last year was like 80% lower than any other month. So
Yeah.
we've a little bit less negativity. Anyway,
Well,
let's
I
talk.
also want to point out that, yeah, you're saying that in December this year, yeah, it was 80% less than December of the previous year.
Then the other months in the year.
Yes.
In last year.
Who is bust right now? Who has lost all of their developers?
Okay.
Sam. Sam's lost all of his developers, yeah? And then suddenly the amount of hacks decreases. Oh, wow, what a surprise. Yeah, no one's investigating that one, are they? Well, we are, but apart from me, and the saving expert, no one else has been investigating this one. But yeah, I think that Sam is probably responsible for the theft of probably $500+ million in hacks, at least. Like, how else are they funding these illiquid books? And it's interesting that BitBoy's actually discovered now an additional 1 billion on top of the $3.4 billion worth of assets that the Bahamian state is holding, which is very interesting, being that gives $4 billion in assets. It's actually starting to look like Alameda wasn't actually, rather, FTX wasn't illiquid. They were just funneling off customer funds into property and assets. That's the way that this is starting to look now. It's starting to look like SBF built a luxury property empire. That's genuinely how it looks. It doesn't actually look like they lost a huge amount of money. So it'll be very interesting to see how this all plays out, because FTX users could end up with like full refunds. We're talking already now, we've found about 45% of the funds from the FTX that have been lost. So like $10 billion of losses, about $4.5 billion of funds have been found. So it doesn't look that bad, which is one of the reasons why I've been buying up FTX accounts. Anyone wants to sell me their FTX account, I'll buy it. No problem, no questions asked. Just send me a message. Anyway, we should probably wrap up the FTX story now and move on to the next thing.
Yeah, we'll carry on to Pi Network. So we've seen a huge amount of debate on Twitter at the moment. Pi got listed on Huobi Exchange, I believe it was. I might have, yeah. And
Yes.
it wasn't actually, let's read the article and then we can discuss. The Pi
Yes,
network.
before you do that though, Jess, everybody slap a like on the video, subscribe. How many likes are we at right now? Are we at 68 likes, 63 likes, 63 likes, not 68. That was a bit of a disappointment. Please, guys, if you can get us to 100 likes, that'd be fantastic. We've currently got 64 people watching the stream right now. Please do share the stream in your Telegram groups, on Twitter, and everything like that. That would be fantastic. Anyway, Jess, continue.
So the Pi network team stated that it was aware of reports that several unauthorized third-party exchanges and potential unknown third parties are seeking to list Pi or tokens perpetuating. What is that? The word is not coming out of my mouth.
No, it's purporting.
Purporting Pi. Or some purported.
That means pretending. You could just say pretending to be Pi.
Thanks. Without the consent, authority, or involvement of the Pi network. In addition, the team emphasized that Pi is currently in the enclosed network. Am I echoing?
Nope.
No, okay. And is yet to be approved for listing on any exchange. It also warns the Pi network community against engaging with such exchanges, as doing so would likely lead to substantial loss or damage to Pi users. So what's happening is that you can trade Pi on Huobi Exchange, but you can't actually withdraw it into your Pi. Pi is a cryptocurrency that you can have the app on your phone and you can mine the cryptocurrency off your phone. But when Huobi has listed the token on their site, it's actually a closed network. So it's like an IOU Pi tokens, not an actual Pi token, basically. So this has happened, and we've seen the price go to the moon, basically. We were down. We don't have much data on CoinMarketCap, but we had it down at $13 and it spiked up to $320. So we've just seen the price absolutely go wild from this listing that wasn't actually a real listing. So we've seen Justin Sun on Twitter.
So I want to address something here, Jess, which is go back over to CoinMarketCap. You'll be able to do this on anything, Crypto Saving Expert fairly soon. Website, by the way, we have a date. We're going to make that announcement on that date fairly soon. Within the next few days, we've got an official date for which we're going to launch the website. So if you want to get notified before anybody else, go to cryptosavingexpert.com right now, put in your email address, and I'll send you an email personally from me when we are going to go live. When we go live, this thing's going to go crazy. We're going to be competing with the likes of CoinMarketCap, with the likes of Cointelegraph. We've been working on it for a year now, and I'm very, very excited. I mean, ultimately, our product, is it as good as what the competition is offering? I believe that aspects of it are better and other aspects of it are not as good, because certain aspects, for example, developing a chart like this pie chart right here, this is a really, really expensive and time-consuming thing to do. Especially to put all of the correct graphics and stuff like that. So we're using TradingView, for example, for our charts, which, by the way, allows you to load in all of your trades and trading data straight onto our pages, and you're able to look at everything correctly. So there are pros and cons to everything, but I'm excited to show you all what we've got, and then we'll be doing a lot of user testing, a lot of bug fixing, and we're gonna be taking a lot of feedback from you guys, because I'm sure you'll have a lot to give. Anyway, go to the top. I want to see the token supply because this is what I want to go. Press more stats.
Right.
Yeah, so it doesn't give us a full amount. I believe there's 1 trillion tokens in existence of Pi.
I was just reading
that would mean that there's 105. Go on.
Sorry, I was just reading about this. If the actual value of the token times by the actual maximum supply was real, it would be like a $4 trillion market. It would seem huge, something unreasonable.
Yeah, it would be more money than basically what there is in cash supply. This price is not real. Obviously, you can't support a $4 trillion market cap using only $30 million worth of volume. So it's not real. It is a bit of fun. It could even be an inverse marketing stunt by Pi to get people to come on board and download their app and look at it. I bet they're having a lot of adoption right now on this app. From my perspective, I don't use Pi. I'm not interested in it yet. I'll be interested to know when that coin gets assigned a value, essentially. Oh my God, Jess, we've just passed 100 viewers. What's going on? Please, by the way, guys, if you're just subscribing or not subscribing, if you're just new to the channel, please do subscribe and please do slap a like on today's live stream. We're shooting for 100 likes on this live stream, and we've currently got 1,720 subscribers. So if you wouldn't mind subscribing, let's try and get to 1,750 before the end of today's live stream. But yeah, Pi has been an interesting one. I how long have you known about Pi? Because I feel like I've known about Pi for what feels like forever.
Well, I've just Googled that. Google says it started in 2019, but I swear it was before that.
I swear it was like definitely previous bear market. I remember.
Before I even researched much about cryptocurrency, I think Pi is actually one of the first cryptocurrencies a lot of people hear about because that was a really popular app back years and years ago.
I feel like I actually used to do this when it was like 2016, 2017. It could be a copy paste version of the code of this previous thing that we've used. I feel like it's been around for a very long time. Anyway, let's not dwell on it too much. Let's move on to the next story because I'm getting hungry at this point talking about Pi.
One article I wanted to quickly look at was another meme coins pumping. We've seen
from a competitor. Boo, boo. I'm only joking. Nate that runs CryptoSlate, by the way, is a fantastic news website. I highly recommend that you read articles on there because they are some of the best. Yeah, I like CryptoSlate. It's good. But Nate, the guy that runs it, is a fantastic guy. So can't compliment the guy enough. Continue, Jess.
We've seen a Dogecoin rival Bonk have 380% gains since the new year. So meme coins are starting to explode again by the looks of things.
Please make it stop. Please make it stop. We don't want meme coins. We want people to buy DeFi coins because DeFi is good. Bonk. It's ridiculous. Look at this crap. Absolute turd. Why would anybody buy this? But the thing is,
because it does 140% in 24 hours.
Yeah, but don't do that. Don't. You know, there used to be a scheme. Were you ever familiar with proof of weak hands 3D?
No.
Right. So back when BitConnect went bust, and we're talking 2017 here. BitConnect, we used to be a Ponzi scheme in cryptocurrency where you could put your money in and you used to get 1% interest a day. And of course, 1% interest a day after 2 years, and that's 700 odd days. That's a lot of interest, is that? So, of course, this Ponzi scheme went bust after about 18 months, as all Ponzi schemes do. And then after that came these smart contracts. And I feel like bringing them back, like if everybody's into these meme coins, why don't they get into Ponzi smart contracts? That's where the real OGs live. There used to be this thing called proof of weak hands 3D, and there was lots of spin-offs of proof of weak hands 3D. Whereby you would if you say that you went on there and you bought this arbitrary token for $100, yeah, and then but you could only sell it for $75. So what you had to do, but the next person after you've purchased it would then pay $105. The way that this system worked was that, say that you paid $100, you had to wait for 5 more people to purchase it, and then you'd be able to sell it for $100. But if, say, 100 more people purchased it after you, then you could sell that token for, say, $300. And so it worked on this arbitrary Ponzi system of the price goes up when people buy and the price goes down when people sell. But it worked in this really clever Ponzi-nomic way that is way more interesting than any of these crap meme coins. I don't know why people are into these meme. Like, you've been scammed over and over and over again. You've been rug pulled non-stop for the past year, and yet you still put money into this crap. Why? Stop doing it. If you want to get into Ponzi smart contracts, in fact, you can continue talking about the next story or whatever for the second, Jess, and then I'm going to show you proof of weak hands 3D because it's there we go.
Well, all the meme coins are a bit bizarre. The only time I've actually held a meme coin, I had my tweet notifications on for Elon Musk in the time that he was tweeting about it, and every time I got the notification, I'd go in 10x leverage, buy it, 30 seconds later, sell it, and you were just guaranteed a profit. It was amazing.
Yeah, this stuff has been around for so long. Like, this is how most people get into crypto, by the way. If you want to share my screen now, Jess, I'm on this website called DAP Radar, where you can see that if this is correct, there is still $3.42 million in the DAP. So what people used to do is they used to create these DAPs. You go into the DAP and you put your money in the DAP, and your money becomes worth more money the more money is in the DAP. And the idea is it's proof of weak hands. So if you've got strong diamond hands and you hold to the moon, like imagine you bought all the way down here when the volume was $1,400 and there was only 43 transactions, versus when the volume spiked all the way up and there was $1.76 million and 13,000 transactions in a day, and then did the exact same thing again. It came back for a second run in 2018. That you would make probably about a 300, 400x or something like that. And that's why I don't understand. Like, if you want to get into the Ponzi stuff, do it the proper way. Don't do it the meme coin way. There is a certain way to Ponzi, and I don't like this new. Mainly because I understand. I know some of the people that create these meme coins. Not saying that this is Boink or whatever it is, but I know some of the people that create these meme coins. You can stop sharing my screen as well now. But the people that create these meme coins, they drive around in Ferraris. They don't work. They just create coin on the internet and sell it to some sucker. Like, it's a complete scam. Don't buy this stuff. It's nonsense. That would be my point on the meme coin side of things. Anyway, if you're just joining the stream right now, please do subscribe. Somebody say in the chat, bring back the food coins. I completely agree. Subscribe and like today's video is another thing that I agree with. 84 likes right now. Come on, we've got to make 100 on today's live stream. We can do it for the first time while on a live stream, hitting 100 likes. That would be fantastic. 86 likes right now, so I only need 14 more. Those dimples and eyes, man. Oh my god. Okay, Jess, you've got a fan.
It might be about you.
I mean, yeah, I suppose it's a nice dimple. I don't have dimples. How to sell pi. If you have pi, you can't sell pi for $100 a coin because deposits and withdrawals are banned. TMG voice is so mesmerizing. I'm lost in a trance. Yeah. Brandon, just remember your full names on your account. I need cake to do well again to get back my cake Claude status. You do need cake. Is that you, cake Claude? Oh, that's interesting. Brandon the Chad. Yes, Brandon's top Chad. Anyway, 91 likes now. Only 9 likes left before you hit 100 on stream. That's the first, is that, Jess? Let's get back to the cryptocurrency news because I know we've got more.
Yeah, we've only got one article left, but we are looking at some negative news for Bitcoin. So, popular Bitcoin and crypto analyst Magic Cannon has warned via Twitter.
Yeah, so we've discussed this before in the company. It's one of the most embarrassing things you can do to put out a news report on an account called Magic Poop Cannon. At the same time, Magic Poop Cannon is historically quite a correct account, but I don't know who within our team is religiously following this Magic Poop Cannon account. Like, can we not follow a better account than Magic Poop Cannon? The guy doesn't even follow me on Twitter.
The analysis is actually quite important if we ignore the actual article.
Yeah, well, it just, Magic Poop Cannon. Like, we can find something better than this. Just words of advice. Anyway,
I'll pass it on.
Yeah, just you do that. Yeah.
But what we are looking at is the ribbon. We can see that we are trading just below it for the first time ever. So I believe this is the EMA ribbon. That is what I expected it to be when I was looking at it.
That means exponential moving average for anybody wondering. Yeah, trading knowledge.
And we are now trading below it. But as I spoke about in yesterday's video, if we go over to Bitcoin and we look at the 12-month chart on a better chart that you can see more of than just this, we usually see for Bitcoin 3 green candles, 1 red, 3 green candles, 1 red, 3 green candles, 1 red. So I'm feeling pretty positive for this year. Overall.
That's some absolutely sound analysis. I could not poke a single hole in that analysis. Yep, that's it. I mean, we definitely don't start off with 4 green candles and then 1 red.
No, but we're ignoring that one.
Yeah, we're just ignoring that one. How convenient. I mean, just like we start off with 4 green candles. How about we have 2 red candles right now? You can't guarantee anything. I think this theory is more one of
positive.
I feel like that's just good vibes as a theory, but good vibes generally doesn't translate into good trading. That's one thing that I've learned. Too many good vibes and not enough good trading. So from my own perspective, one of the things that I've been working on very intensely over the past few months now is improving my own trading knowledge and making sure that, like, I am absolutely on the ball next bull run. I know you've been doing the same, Jess, on Interpret Crypto YouTube channel, which you should definitely subscribe to. So yeah, Interpret Crypto is a fantastic channel when she uploads. Um, in essence, she does what we all do. Now we've got 87 people watching right now. MM Crypto TA. MM Crypto TA is basically, oh look, there are some candles on a screen. They will move soon. I like the guy. His TA is interesting. I'd bet he's a very nice guy. I like it. I like the guy. I like his content. I think it's fun. But I also think there is some like if you want like a proper full-on nerd to describe a chart to you, there are full-on nerds on the internet that will sit down and give you a 45-minute lecture on one chart. Most people don't want that. Most people want a little bit of entertainment, something like good vibey, something nice to go along with their content. And that's why Twitter influencers don't like YouTube influencers. The simple reason for that is we have pizzazz. Whereas they don't have it. They have no pizzazz. They have no personality. I've met so many of these Twitter people in real life. They are flat, boring, cardboard, like just freaks. And I dislike them because they dislike me for the fact that I have a personality. With these people, like say that they won £1 million on the lottery, what would they do with it? They'd put it in a savings account and live on the interest. That's the kind of person that they are. They wouldn't go out and buy a Ferrari or do something fun. No, no, they're the kind of guy that puts it in a savings account and lives off the interest and is self-righteous about it. I just Twitter influencers are a different breed. I don't know how I got onto that, but yeah. What are we talking about, Jess?
That is the last of our articles, but we are currently on 92 likes. So I don't think we can.
Yeah, we can't end. We can't end. We've got to get to 100 likes. Oh, mine says 94 likes. Jess, you are just amazing, according to the chat. I hope it's only going to get worse as the channel grows. MM Crypto mobile phone tier. Yeah, like how good can it possibly be on a phone? It's never going to be that good, is it? But at the same time, if it does the job and he is correct, what is the issue? This is what I don't like. Like you have all of these people on the internet that go, "Oh, my lines look nicer than your lines. Your lines aren't neat." Shut up. Who cares? My lines are right just as often as your lines are right, if not more often. So, yeah, it is what it is. 2023 price prediction. We don't do that here on the channel. If I was to say any other price prediction, then I believe that the price will be higher at the end of the year than it is currently. Then I don't want to do that. So yeah, I would, in essence, TMG, you still have altcoin video coming? Yes, on the main channel. Currently got 79 people watching, 97 likes, like 3 more likes, guys. Come on, we can do it. Jess, sing a song, and then maybe they'll
I think that would get more dislikes than likes.
I mean, it's all engagement. That's all good. Right. So, anything else? I'll run back through the charts for the day, and we're just kind of looking on Bitcoin's price, see what's going on with that, and then we'll wrap up today's stream. So, if you haven't already, by the way, as Jess is sharing my screen right now, please do like today's video, subscribe to the channel, especially if you are new. And now we're going to wrap things up. So, basically, you can see these volume candles right here. They are locking in Bitcoin within this zone of liquidity, which is really struggling to break out of. We're going to see a whole lot of kind of the really key level that I think that we're going to come up to. Because if you think about Bitcoin like Nunu, do you remember Nunu from Teletubbies? Where you have like this little vacuum cleaner that walks along and goes like that. Bitcoin is essentially like Nunu in a sense of it sucks liquidity. So rather than sucking up just not like what's it called, tubby toast off the floor, Nunu is sucking up liquidity, and so Nunu is going to come all the way back up to these levels at some point. It's more inevitable than anything else. So Nunu is going to come up and he's going to suck all the way through these levels, and that's the key level right there where you have this zone of liquidity, and that's one of the things that I've been looking forward to getting this new version of TradingView for a while, just to have these access to these various different things. So yeah. How many likes do we have right now? Let's have a look. Mine says we've hit 100. Congratulations. We've done 100 likes. Fantastic. Sucks more liquidity than Caroline Ellison. Oh, wow. That's quite the joke. You probably shouldn't have read that one out loud. TMG, do you invest in Swissborg Series A? Interested to know your thoughts on it. As of yet, I have not invested in Swissborg Series A, purely from a point of view of I'm cash strapped to the bit at the moment in terms of I took 3 weeks off in December, so I didn't earn enough money in December to continue to run the operation at its usual pace of investing in other people's companies. So one of the sides of the business that I've slowed down over the past kind of month or so has been my VC side, which invests into a lot of startups. And instead, we've decided to allocate that VC money towards Crypto Saving Expert this month. So yeah, 1 month without, I probably will invest. It's just a case of how well does this month go in terms of business and trading and stuff, because I try not to dip into savings. I try and more so run my businesses with the income that they generate, rather than running some Ponzi style business and borrowing and lending and all this nonsense. I'm not interested in it. Everything I own I buy with cash, because I don't like loans. Loans are, as we learn in crypto time and time again, don't take loans. Just buy, yeah. And if you can't afford to buy more, don't buy. Simple as that. And if you need more money, research. Like, time is worth so much more than money in this kind of market, in that you can have somebody with $100 but 100 hours, but that 100 hours, if put into researching the correct things, is going to yield that $100 of investment into perhaps $1 million. It wouldn't be the I've seen this before. Like, it's happened to me, not 100 into a million. What happened to me was 2K into a million. I think it was probably one of my better trades ever. But I've done a 1000x on other things as well, but in like small amounts of money. The best ones have done 1000x. Also, Neo back in 2017, that was insane. Neo was one of, I only had like $3 or $4 of the stuff way back when, and then it changed from Ant shares to Neo and did like a 5000x or something. It was crazy. I just sold out way too soon on it, but I still made like tens of thousands of dollars from like a couple of dollars of investment. So it does happen to people. It's important to point out it does happen to people. It's just, you've got to research, and if you find one, let me know, because I'll buy it as well. I don't
It's
know
meant to
how
be
many
the other way
likes.
around.
Yeah, it's supposed to be the other way around, but no one ever comes to me with suggestions. They're always asking me for suggestions. 103 likes now, according to Lord Spud in the chat. Anyway, I could listen to Jess do TA all day. TMG, want to 10x your likes? Have Jess do more TA. Unfortunately, Jess is an absolutely horrific trader. Um, I'm only joking. To be honest, Jess.
That's not a good sales pitch for my channel at
No,
all.
no, it's not. No, Jesse's an all right. She's good. Ultimately, you'd be more wealthy. But the thing is, you don't have the you. Thing is with Jess, it's not that she can't trade. It's that she spends all day working with Crypto Saving Expert and doing the things that we need to do to get ready for live launch, which is this month. And you'll be able to access the website this month. And everything goes live this month. To get ready for that, there's a lot of work, and so Jess just does not have the time to trade. But to be honest, in terms of her trading knowledge, I'd put it on a par with mine. So depending on your opinion of me, you think that's zero, or you might think that's good. There are a lot of people that hate me on the world. It is what it is. You can't be loved by everybody. But I do my best. It's one of the reasons why I stick around, because I feel like actually the community is starting to come back right now. It's one of the things that I've experienced recently. Slap a like on today's video. But the community does seem to be coming back to crypto at the moment. The hate seems to be dying down. I have my Telegram group now with 649 people in it. Not one of them has sent me a nasty message yet, which is weird. Normally I get at least like one or two. But I also have stopped responding to anything like that, and I just immediately block these days because I just can't be bothered with it. It is what it is. People will form their opinions based off nonsense that they see. So yeah, I just find it all. I think the community is coming back though, and I'm very happy with that. So if you are part of my community, thank you very much for sticking around so far. It's been interesting, and I guess we'll wrap up today's live stream. Please do slap a like on it. Make sure you are subscribed, especially if you are new. If you've never seen me before in your life and you just clicked on the video right now, I am one of the best people in the world at finding 100x altcoins. So follow Crypto Saving Expert, which is not a complete degenerate company like mine is. My company, as in That Martini Guy, we specialize in doing crazy things on the internet. But the main thing is you go to cryptosavingexpert.com right now and follow our scroll down, Jess, so that people can see. Press on that sign up button. You don't need to press on that sign up button. I don't know what details it'll pop up, but because it sometimes auto fills information, you never know. But essentially, go to the website, sign up, put your details in, and happy days. You'll get sent our newsletter. Oh, our newsletter has just gone out right now. Literally
Today's
just
newsletter's just gone out, and if there's a competition in it that you've got to guess the price of Bitcoin on Monday, and the closest 3 people win a prize. We're going to be doing that quite a lot more, so you can
oh,
get
that's
involved
cool.
with those.
That's cool. You're just giving away more and more money. Fantastic. Yeah. Yeah, no, so essentially, okay, we're giving away money on a Monday for people that sign up to the. So what you need to do then to participate in this competition, I I think people can probably still access this week's. Can they access this week's?
We can put it on the we can put the link on the Twitter profile today.
Right, yeah. So we'll put a link on the Twitter profile to the this week's newsletter so that you can all be eligible to join it. But if you could go to the website right now and sign up at cryptosavingexpert.com, then you will be get it sent to your email straight away next week, and then you can figure it out and try and win. And if there's 3 winners, happy days. It's a bit, just something nice to do, give back to the community, all that good stuff. I didn't know that we would. No, I didn't know that we were doing this. I've forgotten it since over Christmas. Yeah, so cryptosavingexpert.com, you know where to go. It's the best place to be. And we're launching this month. Happy days. But we're going to do some kind of official announcement about that in the coming days because we don't have. I mean, I know the official launch date. I just can't say it yet because I need to confirm that with my entire team tomorrow morning. So we've made some serious progress here, and it's been a pleasure having you all on board. Jess, any final regards?
No, that's everything for today. We'll be back tomorrow at 11 a.m. to do the more cryptocurrency news.
Very good. See you, everybody. Bye bye.
Goodbye.